So a couple of weeks ago, somebody suggested I watch our Simmons channel because I might learn something. And I did, made a video of it. I learned not to stock EVs because the prices were too volatile. Anyway, this came up on my timeline and I watched it. Seems like a nice bloke. Seems like a knowledgeable chap. He's got solar panels and stuff, and at the end of the video he said that well, he couldn't keep up with demand for electric vehicles, and to be fair, he's got a lot less vehicles than he used to have, I think, from memory, because I've been watching him for ages. I've been watching his stock, just trying to learn, seeing when the right time is to buy EVs, because you can get any amount of EVs. He did mention that some are going over cap and some are going behind. I haven't seen any going over cap, to be honest. So I don't know where he buys them from, but he'll have his sources like we have ours. And he was also saying about cheap charging at 7.5 pence. And how far you can get and how much it costs you. 10,000 miles, I think he said it was about 160 quid or something. And he's concentrating on Teslas at the moment. And he had all sorts before, all different ones, and he said he struggled to sell some of them. So quite an entertaining thing. He went into Auto Trader and went into Dealer Portal. That means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. I mean, for argument's sake, before I go there, let's just we'll go to LinkedIn. I saw this, now it does say 2 weeks ago, but I follow somebody else at Auto Trader, and it's a guy I really like, and I've known him quite a long time. He's a nice guy, I can tell you that. He's a lovely guy. And I actually met him on a plane. I'd been to one of Auto Trader's courses. This was when I was probably an evangelist for Auto Trader in the good old days, before things started to change, when I used to want to help them, to help other dealers and do as much as I possibly could to help them. Stood in Naples airport and I heard, "Barrie, is that you?" And I turned around and it was this chap who'd been in Sorrento. I had a load of things to say about Auto Trader and I wanted to talk to him. I know I wanted to swap with the lady he was with, so as I could talk to him on the way back from Naples, and him and the lady could sit next to my girlfriend. And my girlfriend said to me, "Did you not hear what they just said? They're on the honeymoon." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but he's got the rest of his life to be with her. You know, the flight's 2.5 hours. Let's get some work done." I've seen him since, and he goes to Sorrento a lot, and I love Sorrento too. Nice bloke. But he's like this chap. Now, I don't know this chap, but this is the story. I often like to dip into the buying behaviour of consumers on Auto Trader UK, and in particular the considerations they make as part of their purchase journey. Now, I do that too. That's very good. Here you can see the aspirations and desires of the buyer historically skewed by what was the Top Gear effect on a Sunday night, as petrolheads would interrupt their family SUV buying journey to consider the opportunity for a Mustang Bullitt, who wouldn't, or an Aston DB. But generally most buyers showing aspirations and desires for the next step up in model range, or the opportunity for a GTI, M or AMG badge. Now again, years ago, I actually asked them, did Top Gear have any effect in the searches the next day? Albeit probably 10 years later than I asked him, probably more than that. He's still thinking like that. Along the way, you'd also see buyers consider both new and used cars, and increasingly Also consider alternative fuels over traditional petrol and diesels. Would you? But this one caught my eye this morning. I know it's Saturday, what am I doing? The buyer ending their 61-day buying journey with a used 23 plate Nissan Leaf. The buyer ending their 61-day buying journey with a used 23 plate Nissan Leaf. Considered multiple electric alternatives to the Leaf, but only one petrol model along the way. Immediately, you have to think this person is already an EV convert, therefore potentially has a home charger, has knowledge of public charger use and availability, likely has charging apps and accounts on their phone, and are aware of the fallacy of range anxiety in daily use. It's a fallacy. It's not. It's absolutely not. My car, I only drive it around town, and I'd let it go down quite a lot. And I went to charge it at the only basically place I know in Preston that's handy for me. And there was 2 cars, there's 4 chargers, and 2 cars were taking up the space of 4 cars. Because my Ami only has a little lead. They had a massive lead, but no, they couldn't just pull up, charger, plug here, plug there, car here. Because that's electric vehicle drivers for you. Selfish bastards. Because they got an electric vehicle, they want you to have one, whether it suits you or not. And if it doesn't suit your needs or you don't want one, you need educating. All right? About range anxiety in daily use. Electric cars, 35,000. What's this Nissan Leaf next to it? Please read full ad, 65,000. It's only £1,000 that. What year is it? 2012 on a 12. Only done. That's cheap, isn't it? £1,000. And we welcome inquiries once you have read this. Collection only, no delivery. I wonder. Oh no, it's not actually no delivery. It's no delivery. Strictly a trade-in to clear only. Please note, the fully charged range on the dash is only 35 miles. Normal for a 13-year-old electric car, 35 miles. Good introduction to electric cars. So bearing in mind you're only supposed to charge to 80% and let it go to 20. So what's that, 35? So we'll knock 7 miles off. So that's 28 miles. Down to 7 miles. So basically you've got a 21 mile range. And if this is true, there was considerably less friction for the next car to be an EV and actually more barriers for them to return to ICE. There is no barriers for them to return to ICE. None whatsoever. No barriers, full stop, in any way, shape or form. So this chap, who is futurist, digital retailing, something or other. I'll look in a second. EV adoption continues to grow and is growing quicker each day, but the number of used car retailers selling EVs isn't growing anywhere near as quick. Because we're not stupid. Because it's our money. Because people like you don't have any skin in the game. All you're trying to do is get EVs to sell quicker because Auto Trader have a leasing company and they'll be losing a fortune on the electric vehicles. I'm sure they will. If they weren't, they wouldn't be part of this group that are trying to get government support on used EVs, not just on new. They want VAT cutting. They want that on the EVs. They want VAT on the charging cutting. Used EV prices subsidising because EV adoption continues to grow and is growing quicker each day. Why if that's happening, why subsidise them? Why do they need these things? Because it's not. All right? It's not, and they're losing a fortune. As I can't remember whether it was in this video now. Let me just go back to it because I know where it is. Here we go, Daily Mail. While used EVs, fucking hell, I basically I corpsed before. Oh look, what's this say down here? While used EVs are currently presenting great value to what? Come on. I'll have to pinch my leg while I'm doing this. While used EVs are currently presenting great value due to high levels of depreciation in the first 12 months, that's a plus. They're using that as a plus. In many cases, making them cheaper than their comparative petrol counterparts. Many drivers still have fears around battery life. So, the first 12 months, they drop like a stone. The great value to the second owner, first owner, not so much. Given the barriers to return to ICE are potentially higher than the barriers to entry for EV, future car buyers are being taken out of the market by those retailers changing with the consumer. Let's just have a look at a couple of his other posts. Let me see if I can... Here we go, that's him, Auto Trader, futurists. He can see in the future, he knows electric cars are the future. Digital retailing professional, automotive adventurer, all views are my own. Okay. Why do you think, how many people do you think changed the car last month? Yet David here found one person out of all those people, like out of 100%, EVs are at something like 2.5% of sales. So David has managed to drill down into the 2.5% and found one customer who's only considered one petrol as an option. He's managed to do that on his Saturday off. He's done that on his Saturday off. Why? Why? Why do you think? Why would he do that? Again, stick your answers in the comment. Don't say anything nasty. The guy's got a job to do. Here we go. Let's just have a look. Let's see his posts. A couple of weeks ago, Skoda, the paradox of choice for today's buyers, the real net zero challenge for used car retailers. There's that story I've just written. There we go. Here's another one. And all these views are his own. Look, all views are my own. So this one here that he's With an increasing number of UK buyers willing to consider Chinese brands, up to 2 in 5 in January this year, they've gone on to fifths now instead of percentages. More and more retailers are considering which of these brands to add to their forecourts. But no, we're not, because you've just said before, and that in order for us to succeed in future, we've got to do electric cars. However, brand loyalty amongst existing EV converts is low, under half that of traditional ICE drivers, where less than 20% of EV drivers will remain loyal to their current brand. Whether this is driven by acceleration of EV tech in other brands, the impressive build quality of the growing number of Chinese entrants, not to mention the increasing number of Chinese models with Euro NCAP for safer cars, vans and trucks, 5-star ratings, or simply the booming choice EV car buyers now have. Choosing the right brand for both buyers and seller is definitely an increasing challenge. China. EV, China. The final shift to electric. I remember as a kid warnings of brownouts on the news as millions of people rushed to boil the kettle in the ad break during a forthcoming tense episode of Coronation Street. Do you remember when they used to cut the electric off? Because I remember doing my homework by candlelight. When we had blackouts and you couldn't watch telly and you had to wait until they turned the power back on. Can you imagine these days doing that? Or your video recorder having to reset it, and times, and all your electric clocks and your cooker and your microwave. So anyway, so that's, more and more people need to sell electric cars. So, because R. Simmons, he can't get enough cars, let's look at his stock, because he likes Teslas. And honestly, I say it again, this chap I looked at a few weeks ago and he was starting to do battery health certificates. Now, I can't find any now on any of his pictures. He's got he's got 10 cars there, all right? To be honest, they mean nothing. Look, they've got Auto Trader's prices here. Great price, fair price. Fair price basically means it's too dear. Good price, that's up to 100%, I think. Fair price is just a bit over, and then it goes to dear. So good price. He's got all his stuff here. He's got lovely photographs, doing everything right. All his photographs are pretty much the same. He's only got one there that's got a cover on it. There you go. He's got 10 cars, and he's obviously sold some. He's obviously sold some. But looking at Auto Trader, that means absolutely nothing. You know what I'm going to do now, don't you? Let's bring in the big guns. AT Price Tracker. AT Price Tracker. There. We'll refresh. AT Price Tracker's up. And then just say most recent. Search 10 cars. There you go, most recent. There's his most recent ones. Just advertised, look. All 4 of them. Second of the 5th, second of the 5th, second of the 5th, first of the 5th. We're the 6th. Let me just go somewhere else. Used car market successfully overcame political and economic turbulence in April. Auto Trader. Auto Trader reports strong month for used car market in April. R. Simmons there. He's saying Teslas are selling really well. There's models with the biggest price growth. Not one's an electric. And here, models with the biggest price drops. Number 3, Tesla Model X. Number 5, Tesla Model Y. Biggest price drops. Oh no, Baz, you'll learn something off R. Simmons. That guy told me I might learn something. And he believed R. Simmons, not me. He'd take his word as gospel, I think he said. So that, like, you know, he's got 4 nice cars there. Oh, because I've gone off Auto Trader's relevance search and I've put recent. So those are his 4 recent, and they're all listed in May. So he's only just priced them. Now then. That's listed in May. Listed 28th of 4th, 2025. On the 1st of the 5th, it was dropped 900 quid. Right? Model Y, do you think that's stabilised? Do you think he's reduced it because he knows very well that if he's got that in another 30 days, they're going to tank again and he's going to have no profit left? That's a good price there. Another one next to it, Tesla Model Y. That's down by 300 quid. That was advertised on the 27th of the 4th. That's actually a great price. Why would that be a great price? What year is it? 2023, 73. Obviously the spec in there. We go to the one on the left. That was listed on the 21st of 4th, 2025. On the 1st of the 5th, 1st of May, it was reduced by 1,500 quid. Tesla Model Y, down 1,000 quid. Tesla Model Y, down 1,800 quid. So, out of his 10 cars, he's got 4 cars that are fresh and 6. No, that's not been reduced. That's not fair. So 50% of his cars have been reduced in a month by 1,000, 2,800, 3,800, 4,300, 4,600, 5,500. He's knocked £5,500 off 5 cars. I would say that will be the profit on 2 cars. The whole profit on 2 cars. Said it before, I don't think this chap could do anything better. His photographs are right, his descriptions are great, he was doing battery health certificates, he's got a good YouTube channel, he looks like a nice bloke, he looks like he knows what he's talking about, and even he can't get it right, can he? What chance have the other people got? EV adoption continues to grow and is growing quicker each day, but the number of used car retailers selling EVs isn't growing anywhere near as quick. Why do you think that is? Should I tell you? Because all these statistics are absolute shite and they all have an agenda. I have got no agenda. I want EVs to succeed, but they won't succeed if you keep lying. They won't succeed if people catch you out lying, because then they never believe you again. In fact, I saw a quote the other day. Let me see if I can find it. It's not the lie that bothers me, it's the fact that from now on, I can't trust you anymore. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.